Hello everyone, I'm Julie Webb. I'm a marketing manager here at Digium, and welcome to Asterisk Live. We are joined today by Pete Engler. He is our Asterisk channel manager, and we are also happy to have with us Lorenzo. I'm going to mess up the last name, but I'm going to give it a try, Lorenzo. Emilitri?
Yeah, that's it.
Perfect. And Lorenzo, we're so happy to have him here with us today. He is the head geek in charge for Loway. He is the founder and chief technical officer at Loway, and we're just really excited to hear more about his company and how he's involved in the Asterisk community. So I'll just turn it over to Pete and let Pete do some of the questioning.
Great. Thank you, Julie. And thank you, Lorenzo, for taking time out of your busy schedule to be on our Asterisk Live session today. So I guess we'll just go ahead and get started and find out a little bit about Loway. So could you give us a little background on your company?
Okay, Loway was founded almost 10 years ago because the story is quite funny because I was starting to work with Asterisk call centers, and basically I found a post on the Asterisk user mailing list where somebody was saying that Asterisk was pretty good at doing call centers, but without statistics, it would be very hard to sell this as a solution to a real call center. So I'm talking about 2004 maybe, or 2003. And I had a background in statistical analysis, so I said, okay, whatever, it's not that hard to create statistics and try and understand what's going on in a live call center, given the wealth of capabilities that Asterisk already has. So I was a bit, I started doing this, and I thought it would be quite it would be quite easy to find a solution, and it was not that easy because after 10 years we are still coding at it and trying to make it better. But this said, it's been a long ride, and now our flagship product that is called Qmetrics is deployed in almost 10,000 call centers worldwide. So it's quite a common solution, and it was developed to be easy to use and to adapt from very small to very large systems. So it's been a long ride. We met a lot of interesting people during this last 10 years or so. And we're quite happy of trying to find more stuff to do and trying to solve people's problems and by producing accurate statistics and getting people know what's going on in their call centers.
Right.
So Qmetrics is the product that Loway makes, correct?
Qmetrics is our main product. It's basically statistical analyzer, so that it acts as it has different parts. The first part of Qmetrics lets you run statistics on what went on during a specified period in your call center. It tries to be extremely accurate, and we try to hide away all the hard part of sampling and all the statistics part, and just gets you a lot of information about what's going on. Then Qmetrics during the years has evolved, so now it also works as a platform to monitor live what's going on in your call center and do things like logging on people, moving calls between queues, stuff like this. Plus, Qmetrics acts as an agent panel for the agents working in the call centers. We just released, last year we released a new part of Qmetrics called Icon. That is basically the agent panel where people can do stuff like screen pops. They can join queues, move between queues, answer calls, put disposition codes on calls, go on pause, move from pauses, all this kind of stuff, whatever the agent does. We're quite proud of that because the idea was that nowadays people are typically able to be productive using Icon just with like half an hour of training, so it's very, very easy to use from the point of view of the agent. And plus, as Icon includes a WebRTC soft phone, it is able, you can deploy a large system based on Qmetrics and Icon without having to install anything on the client's boxes. So basically, you just install them a basic Linux distribution, and you get a working system without having to cope with soft phones or trying to set up a lot of different software in different places. So it's been it's quite good at what it does. The other thing that we do is a product called the Wombat Dialer. And the Wombat Dialer is a product that we created because it was not always easy to do outbound for call centers running Asterisk, because while generating calls, it's quite easy. It is hard to track calls and generate a large volume of calls, so detect what's going on, so deciding whether you have to recall using different servers, keeping track of all the logs of what went on, or automating this. So typically Wombat has an API. So for example, if you want to provide a service that is not just basically dial out and connect to an agent, but doing something more intelligent. For example, you pipe a Wombat some piece of information, and then Wombat decides when this person is to be recalled, whether it has to synthesize a message, what happens in case it gets a busy or it gets a fax or a voicemail, whatever. And the idea of Wombat is that basically you declare what you want done. So you tell the system, in order to handle this campaign, I want this and this and this. Tell Wombat how your Asterisk setup is, so how many Asterisk servers you have, what happens when something when there is a specific condition on a specific server, and Wombat handles it all for you. It's been this product was launched a couple of years ago, and is now deployed in almost 500 sites worldwide, and some of them are quite large, meaning about 300-400 agents using it. So it's been an interesting. It's a very different product from Qmetrics, so it was very interesting to develop it and trying to make it work.
Pete, I think I ended up asking your second question. Sorry.
That's all right. You know, we're trying to keep it loose here. So,
yeah.
So you had mentioned worldwide deployment. So you don't have any geographic restrictions on where your products can be sold, or since it's software, is it basically worldwide?
Basically, our software is sold worldwide. So we have, I believe that the first market for us is the US. But then we have, there are very interesting things going on in Latin America. We have very interesting things going on in Africa, and of course Europe and Asia. And so it's we don't have any specific region we cater to. What we're trying to do is sometimes it's not very easy to talk to people who live in geographical areas where the English is not speaking a lot. So it's we're trying to create a sales model and a support model that is able to support different languages and is able to support different cultures as well. Because sometimes it's by selling worldwide, you see that people have different approaches to solving problems. It is important to. It's not just an engineering issue. Sometimes it's more an issue of trying to understand how the other people think, so you can try and find a solution that is acceptable for them and speaks their language.
Right. Great. So how many Asterisk developers do you have on staff? You know, our audience that typically watches our Asterisk Live are very interested in your involvement in the community and how many developers you have. So if you could talk a little bit about that, that would be great.
Well, basically, at the moment we have 4 people that are basically Asterisk developers. We do not. We are a company that is not really large, so we are about 10 people, and we don't have any strong boundaries between Asterisk developer, sysadmin, and such. Because I strongly believe that in order to address a problem correctly, you need to see it from all points of view. So what we're trying to do is to try to have people that understand a bit of the whole process and are able to work on all of the different areas that are involved. So we don't have the concept of okay, you handle Asterisk, you handle Java code, whatever. This said, basically everybody here talks Asterisk because this is what we do all day long. So I'd say that all of us, including the people who do marketing, have a basic skill set based on Asterisk, because that's the way our company works. We're not very friendly to people who are not geeks. So everybody who comes here has to learn sometimes the hard way, the way we do things. And Asterisk is one of the core things and ideas that our company is based on. So this is everybody basically here is an Asterisk developer of sorts.
Do you have quite a bit of involvement with the Asterisk community?
Yes, I've been personally on the Asterisk mailing list since 2003, I think, and so it's not just an involvement with the community, but it's sometimes it feels more that like hanging out with friends, basically, and because after all this time you don't talk anymore just about the codecs or the way you log stuff, but you talk about how are your kids and how is your wife and stuff like this. So it's more there is no strict boundary between Asterisk stuff and how are your friends and your friends on Facebook, basically.
Yeah. So how did you first come to discover Asterisk? Was it by chance, or did you have somebody tell you, or how? If you could just kind of talk a little bit about that.
Basically, I discovered Asterisk a lot of time ago because I was working with a technology based on H323, and basically it was a brand of German telephones that would not have a voicemail. So we had the issues of trying to find ways to create a voicemail system for one of our clients. And out of this, I discovered Asterisk because it had support for H323. And when I discovered Asterisk, I was really impressed from the fact that you basically could change it, you could customize it, you could work with it and create stuff out of it. It was not just like traditional telephony stuff where basically you have 3 options, you click here, here, and here, and that's it. So if you want to do anything extra, you have to pay somebody from the creators, or you basically have no way of doing it. And that's why I was really impressed by how people were enthusiastic about making Asterisk grow. I'm talking about Asterisk 0.7, if I remember correctly. So it was a lot of time ago, and I was very attracted by the way that everybody in the community was very interested in making things better and trying to bounce ideas so that we could build something together. This was something that I liked quite a lot. Then a lot of things changed over the years, but I believe this part of we believe in what we're doing and we're trying to make it better so that everybody can benefit is something that is still present in Asterisk today, and I see it a lot at the Asterisk DevCons, and it's something that I think is very, very good. There is, after all these years, the product is not something that is settled and there are no changes, but there is still a lot of interest of trying to address the basic issues and trying to say, okay, can we make this better? For example, the way Asterisk migrated to PJ-SIP is, to me, is an example of this, because Asterisk has a huge investment made on the SIP drivers, and then everybody decided, okay, we can do this better. So it was everybody moved forward and took the issues that the migration would create, but also understood that it would make things better in the long run. So this was something that was made for the long-term benefit, and this is something I personally like a lot, because that's the way you do when you want to build stuff not just for the next release, but for the next 10 years.
So, Lorenzo, you just mentioned Asterisk DevCon, and that is something that happens during AstroCon every year. And I noticed, and I'm very, very happy that Loway is going to be exhibiting at the AstroCon conference again this year.
Yes, I think we are. I was one of my most important issues, most important mistakes I did was that I came to the AstroCon, the physical AstroCon, a bit too late, because we started attending like 3 years ago, and because I am a person that is quite shy of traveling, so I don't really like to do it a lot. And then you say, okay, we work on the internet, so what's the point of getting together? And I was wrong. I admit I was wrong. And this has taught me a lot because you see people, you hang out, it's not just the technical part when it is presented, when there is Matt talking with the slides showing, but it's more talking together over a Coke or getting a beer together and trying to see, can we make this better? What can we do together to make this happen? And a lot of times, maybe you have some issues that you're trying to fix, but you don't have the skills, or you don't really see all of the problem. And then there is somebody else who has the same issues and sees a different aspect of the problem, a different side of the problem. And then you get together and have create new ideas, get new ideas out. Then you have a year to find it, to fix them, to write them, to do everything else. But it's a very nice experience. It takes a lot of energy because when we fly back, it's always okay. I want to sleep for a week now, but it is a very, very good experience. And then you meet a lot of people that are maybe people who are very shy or whatever, and you start talking about something I care about and they care about, and then you meet more people, find new businesses, all this kind of stuff. But to me, what matters is that everybody is working towards the same goal. So this is something that I like a lot.
Well, we are certainly glad to have you guys involved every year at AstroCon, and we love having you guys there. So thanks for continuing to support it. And Pete?
Well, I have one more question for Lorenzo. So what's next for Loway?
Well, what we are going to do next is we are trying to the technological landscape is changing because there is when we started 10 years ago, it was basically a PBX on your premises, and there was basically no cloud, no WebRTC, and all of this stuff is still. Though it's technically known things for technical people, it's still trying to percolate over and go into the real life. And so what we're trying to do is to make sure that call centers can benefit from this, because there is still a lot of need for call centers. There is still a lot of need to solve people's problems. We have to find ways that will be fine for the next 10 years. So there is a long-term interest and involvement in what we're trying to do. And so what we are trying to do is first to move towards the cloud, then to make sure that everybody, whatever the size of your call centers, whether it's very, very small or very, very large, can benefit, can get statistics, and we can help people do what they are doing in a better way, having data to base their decisions on. And then the other thing we're working on is we're trying to make sure that the new ways of interacting with call centers, especially WebRTC, so having audio and video and data together, can be used profitably and easily by call centers. So this is what we are trying to focus on. The other thing that we are doing is we are working with a number of PBX manufacturers to make sure that we are present in their ecosystems, so people can get Keymetrics running easily and can get statistics very easily and can deploy their solutions very, very easily thanks to what we are doing. So this is basically the core of what we're doing now.
So if anybody wants to find out more information about Loway, where would they go? Or
well, basically we have our websites are Keymetrics.com, that is the main website for Keymetrics, wombatdialer.com, and Loway.ch, because we are based in southern Switzerland, close to Lugano, and sometimes we have job postings. So if I'm not saying anything, but if anybody wants to have a look at it every once in a while, people who have a good Asterisk experience and know their own stuff and are passionate about what they're doing, we can always talk about finding something interesting for everybody.
There we go.
Great.
Great. Well, thank you so much, Lorenzo. That was a lot of great information about Loway, and call centers in the Asterisk community. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And we'll see you October 13th through the 15th at AstroCon, right?
Yeah,
right,
from the 12th to AstroDevCon, I guess.
That's right. That's right. Well, we can't wait to see you, and thank you so much for being with us today. It's been a lot of fun.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.